Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying that made the times you live in be interesting? We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a mother. Why not?
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. Broadcasting live from the Generator Power Solutions studio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay Edwards.
All right, welcome to the Monday morning edition of the Clay Edwards Show. I am live here in the Generator Power Solutions studio at the lovely Cotton Exchange Plaza in Florida, Mississippi. And I've got a cool guest with me this morning, man. Some guys I've been following for a while. I got Pete Griffin with Fifth Squad. Is it just Fifth Squad?
Just Fifth Squad, that's it.
I always call it the Fifth Squad and whatever, but we dig it, man. So you guys are a military, a Mississippi veterans-based charity, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, we're a 501c3 nonprofit charity, and our goal is to assist Mississippi veterans in need.
I like it, man. You know, I discovered you guys through a fellow named John, that I think does some work with y'all. Or,
yep, he sure is.
And he sold cars somewhere that I used to work, and we kind of crossed paths over the years on social media, and I saw that he was involved and was doing some stuff, and maybe it'd been maybe it was with y'all's Ruck for a Cause or something like that.
Yeah, well probably our annual Ruck for Rugrats we do for the Children's Hospital.
That's it. And I was like, well, if he's involved, he's good people, you know.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And that kind of got me involved, and so I like this. This is something that sticks home, and I feel like I can literally watch my money be used. You know, versus, I mean, don't get me wrong, children's charities, children's hospitals, all that stuff is great, and they've got mega donors, and they're taken care of.
Oh yeah.
You know, but this is something I thought to just really hit home, and it's an immediate thing too, right? So you may not just be building houses for people, but if a veteran is in an immediate need, this is where you guys step in.
Yeah, we provide immediate life-sustaining needs. There's a lot of government agencies out there that can do the same thing, but it takes paperwork, time, application process. We pride ourselves on assisting the veterans in need, generally within 24 to 48 hours of them notifying us, and we provide immediate life-sustaining needs for the veterans and for their families.
So, for example?
So we'll have a veteran will come to us, and you know, as a veteran, you're kind of proud, and you kind of wait till the last minute. You're hoping something will work out where you can pay your electric bill, but you know it's going to get cut off tomorrow. So you'll come to us, and you can't wait. You can't fill out an application and wait 5 days to get a check mailed to you to pay your electric bill or anything like that. So they contact us. We verify the veteran service. They have to provide us a copy of their DD-214 and you know, the situation that they're in, why they're in the situation they're in, and what they're doing going forward. Because if we can't help them fix the root cause, then you know we're putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, and it's just going to sustain them for another month. We want them to get back on their feet and be able to sustain themselves, you know, forever. So they'll contact us and they'll say, hey, I got an electric bill. My lights are going to get cut out tomorrow. We contact the electric company. We pay their electric bill.
And I say y'all are usually, of course, personal information blurred out, but y'all will kind of put a picture of the bill and paid.
Yeah. We try to put some stuff on social media to let people know when they donate to us, they can kind of see.
I like it.
And say, you know, I did that. You know what I mean? So when you go on our website and you set up your monthly recurring donation of $5 a month, and then you see a bill getting paid, you say, you know what, my $5 went directly to helping a veteran. You're on the front lines with us of actually helping veterans out.
You know, I canceled my Netflix subscription.
Yeah. And
I moved that money over to a monthly recurring donation for you guys. That's some $12, $15, something like that. And,
yeah.
You know, every month I get an email from y'all that says, you know, thank you for your recurring, and it reminds me that I'm doing it, and it's a little feel good moment.
Yeah,
you know?
and
it really is.
It's you know, if you ask somebody, you know, don't go to Starbucks one day a week, and it's you know, there's $5 right there, you know, and you could give that money to a veteran. I don't have a lot of followers on my personal Facebook page, but if each person gave $5 a month, that's rent for a veteran. My friends would be working together to keep a veteran from becoming homeless.
How can they find you guys?
If they want
to do that.
Yeah, so you can go to fifthsquad.com. It's 5th, the word squad, SQUAD.com, and you can go on there. You can order some of our T-shirts, some of our merchandise. You can keep up with the things that we do. You can also find us on Facebook and message us through there. If you have any questions or you want to be involved with us at all, then we're pretty active on the Facebook.
You are, man. I'm gonna tell you, when I first put my toe in the water with you guys, I think I maybe ordered a T-shirt or something. It was one of the red, the red shirts.
Yes, sir.
I think it even says red on it. If I'm
correct. So red is it's something that I don't know who invented it, but it's RED, and you wear red on Fridays to remember everyone deployed. Right now, the American military has about 200,000 soldiers that deployed at various locations around the world. They're away from their families for things like Father's Day that happened yesterday. Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day.
And it's one of those things that I had this conversation with somebody the other day that during World War II they rationed rubber and nylons and people had victory gardens, and every American felt that the war was happening. Not so much with the modern wars that we're involved in now. Most people, if they don't have somebody in the military, it's not daily on their mind. It doesn't affect their day-to-day life. So it's easy for people to forget that we still have people out in harm's way.
Yeah, it is that out of sight, out of mind type mentality. And I was at a concert last night. It was Styx and Collective Soul out at the Brandon Amphitheater. One of the guys in Styx, and I was kind of coming back from the restroom when they were saying this, but they played this little melody thing, kind of classical piece of music, and it was named after the ship that one of their fathers served on in World War II. And it was like on this Father's Day. Yeah. I was like, man, I love the way they pulled that together, but it was that nice reminder that, you start talking about the World War II generation and what they went through versus what guys are going through now, and just still being away from families and all that. I mean, I live out in Rankin County, man, a lot of military families out that way.
Yeah, there are.
So I think what you guys do is great. Like I said, I got a shirt, and then I think we did a fundraiser. Me and the mayor of Pearl did an axe throwing thing. We raised about $1,500 and donated it, man. I just think this is a cause you can get behind and really know your money staying local. And by local, I mean in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And there's so many charities like that. And look, I'm not here to knock any charities, but to be able to see your money, be used right for a cause that we all, as Mississippians, that we find very close to our heart. We're very supportive of our military and police and first responders and whatnot here. So we'll wait to the other side of the break. We got about a minute left, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about y'all's big night at the Brave Stadium is coming up this Saturday night.
Yep.
And so is this the second year y'all have done that?
So we've been partners with the Mississippi Braves for 3 years. Last year doesn't count.
So last year.
Yeah, we don't count last year for anything. But we spoke to the Braves over there. We spoke to Tim, and we got involved. And when we told him who we are and what we do, he immediately wanted to support us. And the Braves have been an enormous sponsor of ours, giving us great opportunities to work and to help Mississippi veterans. And we get about a game a month. We go there, we set up our table at merchandise and everything, and people can come and give donations. They can talk to us directly, find out how they can get involved with our organization, helping out. And it's been a great opportunity where we can reach a larger group of people and try to raise a little bit of money and help some more veterans.
Man, that's what's up. Listen, you're listening to the Clay Edwards Show. This segment was brought to you by Watkins Construction and Roofing. A roof repair can cause a lot of stress. Choosing the right roofing company to repair your roof is very important. Most contractors try to convince you that replacement is the only way to go, and that's just not the Watkins way. They believe in an honest assessment that doesn't necessarily mean replacement, and in most cases, all you need is roof repair. Whether you have a leaky roof, need chimney repair, flat roof repair, roof water leak, shingle roof repair, metal roof repair, chimney flashing repair needed, Watkins Construction and Roofing is your go-to roof repair specialist. Give Watkins Construction and Roofing a call today for your complimentary roof assessment at 601-966-8233 or watkinsconstructioninc.com. We want to say a special thanks to Watkins Construction Inc. because they donated a bunch of tickets to this. They donated some of their airtime this week for us to be able to promote this event for these guys this week. And that's what I'm talking about, man. When I say support these local businesses, it allows them to do stuff like this. And that's cool to me. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back here on 103.9 WYAB. Edwards Show here in the Generator Power Solutions studio, and I am joined today by Pete Griffin with Fifth Squad, the Fifth Squad charity. They've got a big event this Saturday night out at the Mississippi Braves Stadium, or Trustmark Park, with the Mississippi Braves, and going to try to raise a bunch of money for the charity and be able to take care of some of our local military veterans here in Mississippi. Now, Pete, your day job, man, you're in law enforcement, one of the local sheriff's departments, correct?
Yes, sir. All of our members, we all work regular jobs, have families and everything, and we don't take money. We're not some of the bigger charities. Guys will take salary or reimbursement or whatever. We're all volunteer, all of our members, so that kind of sets us aside for some other charities. Is we don't take any type of compensation or anything for the work that we do. But yeah, my regular job, my 9 to 5 is I work for a local sheriff's office. That's
cool, man. So you kind of live and breathe this nonstop, because I think a lot of people blend military and police work together. You know, it's civic minded. You know, taking care of folks, and yeah, I guess you learn. Well, I can't talk this morning. Monday mornings get me every day. Really, every morning gets me. Doing the military and then transitioning into law enforcement. You know, that's I guess you see a lot of people do that. So it must be a comfortable transition.
Yeah, it's a pretty common theme. A lot of your police departments are somewhat of a paramilitary organization, so you have that sense of comfortableness. And then also, I mean, I think people who join the military and work in law enforcement or any type of civil service have a servant's heart anyways, so they want to be involved in helping their community, helping good people, and bettering around them.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the big event Saturday night. I believe there will be fireworks on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think they got a fireworks show after the game. They usually pull out all the stops. They do a pretty big show up there. So.
No, they do, man. Look, it's a production. You get your money's worth. I'm telling you, it's not necessarily a hidden gem. I mean, everybody knows it's there, but I think a lot of times people get busy doing other stuff, and it's like, well, they play so many games, we'll catch a game, and then you blink and the season's over. But I hear they're doing killer right now. I was talking to the mayor of Pearl the other night, and he's like, on their Thursday night, their Thirsty Thursdays, they're averaging like 4,000 people.
Yeah, for
a Thursday night, man, that's strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's still midweek, but I mean, that's just a testament to the park itself. I mean, it's a great family atmosphere. I've been up there on the Thirsty Thursdays with the $2 beers and everything, and people behave. I mean, you can bring your kids in there and stuff there, and you don't have to worry about people getting out of hand or anything. It's a family-friendly baseball park, and I've never had a bad time anytime I've ever been there.
No, me either. And, talk about people behaving. That comes from the top-down leadership in Pearl, and people know in Pearl you behave.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You don't want to be the one to find out.
Yeah, you can go out and have a good time and have fun, but there's definitely boundaries. And
absolutely. So, man, tell me, you're not from Mississippi, right?
No, I'm not. I'm originally from just outside Boston.
I thought so. Kind of the thicker accent there. What brought you down here?
Well, I mean, it's Mississippi. My wife and I, we decided to have a little change. Lee Stringer, our president, he was supposed to be here today. He's still at training out at NTC with the Mississippi National Guard. But, we deployed together in 2002 to Afghanistan when we were on active duty, when the war first started over there. And we've always kept in touch. He was one of the best men at my wedding. And when we decided to move, we were going to either move to Texas, sell everything we own and move to Hawaii, or come to Mississippi. And we knew Lee and his wife and family down here, so we decided that we could easily get established in Mississippi. And we visited a bunch of times, and we liked it, and we decided to come on down and give it a try.
I like it more. Cost of living helps too.
Oh yeah. It's I mean, the house that we have now. I mean, I don't live in a palace by any means, but the house we have now, we could never afford that up in Massachusetts.
No, look, man, I lived out in Los Angeles for about 6 months, a year, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
And it was back at around 99, 2000, somewhere in there. And it was 3 of us roommates in a 1-bedroom. What do they call those, studio apartments? Yeah. over off in not the best area of Hollywood, and we were paying $1,500 a month in 2000 for that, and we didn't have a bedroom. So you come back to Mississippi, it's like I can get a 3-bedroom, 4-bath house for $1,500 a month.
With about 10 acres
in 2021 money. Not even 2020 money. 2000 money. So yeah, look, we love living here too. I'm from here, obviously, so I'm a bit biased, but you go other places and you come back, and it really is just home.
Yeah, and it's. I live in Southwest Mississippi, and it's very rural, and there's a great sense of community down there as well. So I mean, we like that. We live out in the county, so if I want to go out on the porch and shoot guns, I just go on the back porch and shoot guns. I have a lot of independent, personal independence out there to do what I want to do.
It's funny you mentioned the thing about shooting guns, and you watch all this news and stuff, and everybody's all crazy about guns this and guns that. And when you live somewhere like in rural Mississippi and you just walk out on your back porch and you can shoot guns, it's like I just don't feel like they're talking to me when they're talking about all this gun control stuff. Like I'm not the threat here. I can be.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Gun control is kind of a. I don't think laws have anything to do with the issue with guns. I think it's a social problem. It's definitely a problem with society rather than a piece of metal sitting there.
Well, we're living in this gun culture right now, and just it's sad what's going on. I mean, y'all know my platform, Save Jackson, and a lot of the violence and stuff going on in Jackson is sadly gun related. But it's not the guns aren't the problem. It's the people holding the guns.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if you got hate in your heart, it doesn't matter if you got a gun or a knife or stick or anything like that. I mean, it wasn't too long ago here in Mississippi, I talked to a lot of the old teachers and stuff and the principals at the schools in my county when I go around and do my school checks, and they talk about what's going on in the world. I mean, they used to go hunting in the morning, and you leave the windows down in your truck with a gun in the back window of your truck, and nobody would touch it. Nobody would, you just didn't do it. It was just one of those things. Mm-hmm. And I think society has changed. And just the values and the norms of society have significantly changed over the past 20 years, and that's unfortunate. But
you could trace it back to these things, and I'm holding up my cell phone here, getting attached to the internet and the internet in general and our access to everything. And something I've noticed, and I'm getting a little off track here, but we got some time to fill. Somebody brought this to my attention the other day that we're just talking about people arguing on the internet. And I was like, well, you've taken a bunch of people from a bunch of different walks of life who would have otherwise probably never ended up in a room together having a conversation. And you've put them in these, we'll just use like the comment section of, say, WLBT, for instance. Yeah. You put or Save Jackson. You put all these different walks of life arguing about something that they otherwise would have never in their lives had a conversation about. And it creates this toxicity that otherwise would have never existed.
Yeah, I mean, we have all these devices that allow us to connect to so many people, but we've become so anti-interpersonal. I mean, you're not going to change somebody's opinion over the internet, arguing with them on Facebook, and I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time. But it's one of those things where, if you were to sit down with somebody face to face, where first of all you wouldn't say half the things face to face that you would say over the internet, but if you sat down with a lot of people face to face and actually had a conversation with them about these things, that's when you're going to start changing opinions and having that interpersonal connection. And I just think people need to get out more and be a little, be open-minded and speak to people that have different experiences, talk to them with an open mind, and maybe they'll change your opinion, maybe they won't, but at least give you some insight into how somebody else's life is.
No, yeah, I'm glad you said it like that, because I had the same conversation last night. I was like, you're never going to win an argument if you go into it trying to change somebody else's mind. Like, you're definitely not with me.
Yeah.
You're never, if you're going into it thinking I'm going to change Clay's mind, we're probably going to get into an argument. But if you'll just tell me your side, explain yourself and why you feel the way you do, I still probably ain't going to change my mind, but I'll respect your opinion a lot more if you just explain it to me versus telling me why I'm wrong. Just tell me why you're right. I'll decide why I'm wrong. And we lose that on the internet. And on social media, it's just all the time, and it's a very typical subject matter that does it. Everybody's firmly rooted in this and firmly rooted in that. So I do find it, comical or ironic, if nothing else, when the narratives don't work.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to figure out, well, which side am I supposed to be on? This isn't black and white. This wasn't a such and such with a gun or a such and such with a knife. This doesn't fit the narrative. What do we do? And it's funny because everybody's so entrenched on left or right that when something blurs the line, it's like the head exploding. because we don't sit down and talk enough. It's like just argue.
I mean, a face-to-face conversation also, I mean, you speak differently and talk to people differently, interact with them different when the consequence is getting punched in the mouth.
Yes.
I mean, you got keyboard warriors out there that'll say something on the internet that they wouldn't dare say to somebody face-to-face. They wouldn't walk up to them on the street and say it because of a shirt they're wearing. But, they have a profile picture with the shirt, so they want to comment about something like that. You'd never do that on the street.
No.
And it's, I think a lot of people have become emboldened on the internet because they don't face the consequence of maybe getting punched in the mouth.
How old are you?
41.
I'm 43. So we're from the last generation that had to deal with consequences. If I'd said something on a three-way call back in high school that was offensive to somebody, they saw me at school the next day, they were going to punch me in the mouth.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
I was usually the one getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Because I was always loose lips, But nowadays, you can talk crap to somebody around the world and never have any consequences and repercussions for it.
Yeah.
And it's got people what's the word before beholden, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got a bunch of people thinking they're tough guys, and then I like to see these people, and like especially people that talk about me on the internet. I like to brush shoulders with them a little bit, and like, hey, this is real life.
Yeah.
All right, look, man, we're going to take a break here. We're going to get back. We're going to tell you how you can buy tickets and how you can win tickets for this Saturday night's Fifth Squad night at the Mississippi Braves Stadium. You're listening to the Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back here on 103.9. Monday edition of the Clay Edwards Show here in the Generator Power Solutions studio. I'm joined by Pete Griffin with Fifth Squad Charity. They're a local Mississippi-based charity that helps out our Mississippi veterans, and they do great things. They got a big event this Saturday night out at Trustmark Park with the Mississippi Braves. Pete, you want to tell them how they can get tickets for that and where it benefits you guys the most?
Yeah, so we've partnered with the Mississippi Braves, and what we do is we try to sell some tickets for the event, and a portion of all the tickets that we sell comes back to us. They give us 50% of the tickets that we sell. So we have $10 general admission vouchers. You can go onto our website, fifthsquad.com. That's 5TH, the word squad.com. You can go to our little store there. You can look at our shirts. You can buy shirts from us at the game, but you can also go in there and you can select tickets. And you can purchase the tickets, and we'll put those vouchers in an envelope with your name on it. You go up to the will call office and say, hey, I'm Jimmy Jack Johnson, whatever your name is, and I'm here to pick up my tickets for Fifth Squad. And they'll pull the envelope with your name. They'll exchange your vouchers for actual tickets you can get through the gate with, and that'll help us out because obviously out of that $10 is $5 of that goes towards our organization, goes towards helping Mississippi veterans.
And look, and if you say, all right, look, man, I can't make it to the game, but I would like to donate some money, they do have an option there on the website where I'm guessing you can make a one-time donation or a recurring donation.
Yeah, so we've set it up to where you can do a one-time donation. You say, hey, look, I won $20 on a scratch-off. I want to give $10 of that to Fifth Squad to help veterans. You go on there and do donate, $10. You can also set it up to where you can set up a reoccurring donation and say you want to give $10 every month. Then it'll do that for 1 year.
Yeah, that's what I did. And, I'm telling you, I get that email once a month just reminding me that it came out. And if you feel good about yourself, it's okay to feel good about yourself every now and then,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, good, man. I'm glad that money's not going to big tech crazies, from my Netflix bill, which don't get me wrong. I think my family has forced me to start another Netflix account. But initially, now it's just costing me twice the money.
Yeah.
But I feel good about where $15 of it's going. The other 15,
Yeah, I mean, and your donations have a direct impact. I mean, you're like I said earlier, you're on the front lines with us. I mean, every dollar that comes in, obviously we have some costs. If somebody orders a shirt online, we have to pay postage. We have to mail it to them. So we have to pay for postage, and we have to buy those shirts. We have a great company that we work with, 52 Threads, and they give us a great deal on the shirts. They help us design them and all that. And they're kind of local. They're up in South Haven. So that's pretty much what we spend money on, is getting things to make more money.
Yeah.
And helping veterans.
Yeah, so during the break we were talking about, you had mentioned earlier that you try to get to the root cause of why the veteran needs help to begin with. And a lot of the times they're between jobs. And you guys have a network that you can reach out to and try to get veterans jobs and get them placed. And stuff like that. That's great. And if you're a veteran-owned business, or excuse me, if you're a business that hires veterans and whatnot, get in touch with Fifth Squad and let them know, hey, man, we're going to have some positions available, and they may be able to help you fill it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to touch on what you're talking about. So when a veteran comes to us for assistance, we ask them, what's the situation you're in? Why do you need help with your light bill? Why do you need assistance with groceries for your family? And, sometimes it's something as simple as, they're in between jobs. They left one job to get another job. And like most Americans, they live paycheck to paycheck. And there's just going to be that lapse to where they got to have a bill due and they haven't gotten their new paycheck yet. And going forward, they're going to be fine. They'll be on their feet and everything. It's just this little break in it. So we like to, say that veteran's all right. He's going to be fine. He's working. He's got everything all set. But if we do get a veteran that comes to us and says, hey, look, I lost my job 2 months ago. I thought some things were going to work out. I had some interviews. I haven't gotten a job. My savings is gone now that I was living off of. I'm really looking for work. We'll say, what kind of work do you do? And if we know somebody, we try to get them juiced into a job. We'll call and we'll say, hey, we got a veteran looking for a job and everything. So we try to help veterans any way we can, because if there's an underlying issue, paying their light bill this month when they're going to be in the same situation next month, we're not really doing them any justice. We're just delaying the inevitable, where we want to assist veterans with whatever it is that they need to get them on the right track. Referring them to mental health through the VA. John, who his mom is a great veteran service officer. She helped me out with my VA claims and everything, and she's helped a bunch of guys get some claims done and increases and everything. So if that's what the issue is, then get somebody some extra income, then we refer them to her, and she helps them out through the VA process dealing with them.
You brought up the mental health side of this, and I think just from the outside looking in, having not been a veteran or in law enforcement or anything like that, I think that's got to be one of the most important aspects of helping veterans post, once they get out of the services, is the mental stress and PTSD and whatever else they may have occurred along the way, is getting those guys that help. And do y'all have any programs like that? Are y'all tied in with anybody, or is it just kind of the VA type deal?
Yeah, so we deal with, we get some referrals from some organizations, Veterans Family Services out of Hattiesburg, Catholic Charities will come to us, things like that. The VA will refer people, or veterans will come to us directly asking for assistance. And if it's a mental health issue or anything like that, we try to use resources near them, like down there in where I am, where I live. It's the Region 8 area for Mississippi Mental Health Services, so we can refer people to them. We can just talk to veterans. Sometimes people will message us on Facebook, and they'll just want some advice, or where they can go, or what tell us about something that's going on, and and we're there for our fellow veterans, whenever they need us.
I'm telling you, I think it's great. So, businesses out there, if you're looking for a charity to donate to that is going to have an impact, think about this. You could commit $100 a month, $1,200 a year. You get 5 or 6 businesses like that. That's big. I mean, what does $5,000 do for a charity like Fifth Squad?
Oh, that's enormous for us. I mean, our average rental assistance is usually about $500 or $600. I mean, so you could, with $5,000, you could be, keeping 10 veterans from becoming homeless. So I mean, we have limitations on how much we can help, because we're basically limited by what we have. So the more money we have, the more assistance we can provide people, and we want this thing to grow and to grow to where we can, like you mentioned before, we don't build houses, we don't do these things, but 10 years from now, I'd like to be able to do something like that for veterans. But we need the support of businesses, we need the support of people in Mississippi, and we have business sponsorship program with them that we do our. We help businesses out by advertising on our Facebook. We have almost 15,000 followers. So when a business, we're very grateful for Watkins Construction for what they're doing. So we're gonna plug them a bit on our Facebook. But that's 15,000 people, mostly veterans, that are going to say, Jimmy Jack's car lot, supports veterans. I got to buy a new Honda. I'm gonna go buy one from them because they helped out a veteran organization.
Yeah, I think that something like that goes so far in Mississippi, because we're the most hospitable state in the country. I don't think it's even close. We're supposed to be the poorest, but we're also the most charitable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the irony, we broke because we always giving other people money.
Yeah. So I mean, there's about 180,000 veterans here in Mississippi.
How many?
About 180,000.
And 180,000 in Mississippi. So nearly 20% of our population.
Yeah.
Well, how many people live in
Well, I
Mississippi?
mean, about 3 million.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good 10% of our population.
I mean, nobody retires and moves up north. So, I mean, all these military retirees and everything will come down here. Like you said, the cost of living so much better down here, and your dollar goes a lot further. And
even though it's hot, the weather's still consistent.
Yeah, everything's got air conditioning. I mean,
yeah. Man, that's wild. I guess I never really thought about how many veterans lived here. 180,000.
About 180,000 live in Mississippi.
Man, is that active as well?
I'm not sure what through some of our research, we found that number. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to lie or say that I know, but I'm not sure what the makeup is, and I don't know if that's a non-current serving veterans or if that's just people who meet the criteria of being a veteran.
Man, I mean, so the potential to help so many people is there.
It really is. It really is. And we get last year was the Roni year. There was a lot of government programs, a lot of things out there for people, and we still did about $50,000 worth of donations. This year we've already reached that mark, and here it is halfway through the year, and we're able to do that through the sponsors, the great sponsors we got now, Pro Seal in town and here in Jackson. They do spray foam insulation, roofing, and everything. They're phenomenal with us. They've been huge supporters of us. I actually met Tyler one day at Hops and Habanas, which is now since closed when the owners retired. But we were sitting there smoking a cigar, and I was telling him about Fifth Squad, and he heard about what we do and our programs, and he was on board, and he's been fantastic.
That's what I really hope, man, that some people are listening to this morning, or they catch it on the podcast or whatever. And we're going to be singing your praises all week as we lead up to the event Saturday night. I know I'll be out there. I've got Jameson Haygood, the guy that comes in from 2 to 4 every day on the station. He's going to bring his kids out there. We're going to try to make as big of a impact as we can out there. So we're excited about it and excited to get involved. Now, this isn't y'all's only event y'all do, right?
No, we do multiple events throughout the year. We've done cornhole tournaments. We had a golf tournament recently in Brookhaven, the Brookhaven Country Club. I went down and talked to Jeff Henning down there, and we were looking to do a golf tournament and told him who we are and what we do, and he immediately said, give me a date. And we set up down there. We had a phenomenal turnout. It poured rain the night before, and we had some great hole sponsors out there. Emmett Marine in Brookhaven, they put up a boat, a $30,000 boat.
Nice.
For the hole-in-one, and somebody missed it by about 12 inches. I think if the green wasn't so wet from the rain, it would have rolled a little more, and it would have gone in.
Man.
But we're looking to have another golf tournament in October, probably at Castlewoods. We've done one before. They're a great course. They're very hospitable to us over there, so we want to try to reach out to them again here in the next couple of weeks and try to get that going as well.
Cool. When we get back from this next break here, I want to talk to you about, the beginnings of Fifth Squad. What motivated you, and kind of go from there. And we'll be right back. You're listening to the Clay Edwards Show. All right, welcome back to the Clay Edwards Show here in the Generator Power Solutions studio. Hey, real quick, man, if you guys want to call in and talk about anything with us, the phone lines are open. The Black Axis Throwing Club phone line is open at 601-879-0002. And speaking of Black Axes, this segment is brought to you by Black Axes Throwing Club. Check out Central Mississippi's only axe throwing clubs at their Fannin Mart location in Brandon or in Pearl at the outlets in Mississippi. You can schedule an axe throwing lane today at blackaxesms.com. And these guys at Black Axes are great folks too, man. They're very charitable. They've donated some money to me, which in turn went to you guys after we did an event out there. And they're a crew of people I love doing business with and love having affiliated with this show because it's just it's a lot of synergy, and they got great food and good time, and it's an easy fit. It's when you got people like that in business, I'd love to see a Fifth Squad event there. I think you have a blast doing an axe throwing tournament.
Oh yeah,
At a Fifth Squad.
Yeah,
at Black Axes.
Yeah, we'd love to partner up with them, or miniature golf. We'll get into anything that'll help us promote the organization and help us. People want to have a good time. We love having a good time. When you get down to it, we're a bunch of guy veterans, and we're, we want to have fun and everything, but we want to make sure that we're doing everything with a purpose as well.
Oh yeah, man! Look, if you can kill two birds with one stone, have fun and raise money, that's a win-win.
Oh, absolutely.
You were talking about your golf tournament, and stuff, and y'all do the Ruck to Remember and the Ruck for Tots. Is
Ruck for Rugrats with the
Ruck
Children's
for
Hospital.
Rugrats.
Yep, that'll be December 11th of this year.
And so tell people what a ruck is. I mean, I didn't know until I knew. What is a ruck?
So a ruck is a way that the military ruins a perfectly good walk. So you want to go for a nice stroll, but the Army wants you to put on this heavy rucksack and carry a bunch of equipment and walk at a certain pace to reach a certain distance. They have tough ruck competitions out there and stuff like that, where you go and you do tasks and you have to do it within a certain time frame and everything. Our rucks are a lot more relaxed. A lot of the older guys like me, we've been broken by the military. We've done our time. We're not trying to go out there and kill ourselves. So our annual Ruck for Rugrats that we do at the Children's Hospital, it's 4.5 miles. We start at Jackson Prep. We go right down Lakeland Drive. Rankin County Sheriff's Office escorts us the whole way. They do a great job keeping us safe. Flowwood PD participates in the escort. They're awesome as well. And we go right down Lakeland. We go over the bridge right onto the UMC campus, and then we regroup back up because people start to spread out a little bit. And then we march down to the front of the Children's Hospital, and it's a phenomenal feeling to come down, and you look up and you see the kids looking out the windows, and we're actually, we carry the toys on our back is what we put in our rucks. We're not putting a bunch of weights and all that stuff like that. Like I said, it's not a competitive thing.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing where people can go and have fun. Last year we did about 300 people in our event, and it's grown every year. We've done it 5 years. This will be our 6th year doing it. And we donated about $30,000 worth of toys to the hospital. And my daughter recently was up there for a small procedure. And
I saw that on
the child,
Facebook
the Child Life Services people were phenomenal. They came in, and the toys that we give them, it's around the Christmas time that we do it, but those toys stay there, and they go to kids, throughout the whole year. One of the Barbies, they came up and asked my daughter, she's 3. They said, do you want a stuffed animal, or do you want a Barbie? And she said Barbie, so they went and got her a little Barbie doll. And, that may be one of the things that we carried up there. I don't know. But, they use those things throughout the entire year. It's not just for Christmas. And I hate going to the Children's Hospital. I don't like seeing sick kids. And,
no.
I'm thankful that, my daughter had a very minor procedure. But it's one of those things that those kids are separated from their families.
And they're living there.
A lot of them, they live there, for months at a time going through treatment or more, and, it's they're kind of separated from their family, like military people are separated when they're deployed. I mean, I'm not going to compare a kid with cancer to me, sitting over in Kuwait, going to the chow hall 3 times a day, but the separation from family is still the same either way. So it's that sense of isolation and being apart.
Yeah.
That we wanted to do something for them. So that is, with the exception of all of the events we do, go to veterans, with the exception of that one. We do a registration. It's like $25 to do the ruck. You get a T-shirt. You get a bracelet. We partner with local Mississippi businesses down the Fondren area. And usually if you get the bracelet from doing our event, then you go to somewhere like Pig and Pint last year, did a free pint of Colson's beer. Then you go to Green Ghost Tacos, and they gave a buy one, get one free margarita deal if you were with us. And,
that's cool.
I think Barrel House was going to do a free appetizer or something like that. So there are a bunch of businesses. So we bring people together, and then we go afterwards and we hang out, have a couple drinks and eat and
have a good old time.
Yeah, have that bond.
That sounds like a blast, man.
Yeah, nobody does it just once. 5 years ago when we started out, we had I think about 40 or 50 people. It's grown up to 300 people, and realistically, probably that was with the Rona. We got 300 people out there with the Corona. We got a lot of groups. Super
spreader event.
Yeah. We get a lot of groups out there, and church groups, Boy Scout groups, and things like that that'll come and join up. And it's really a great time. It's a slow pace. It's not a competitive thing. We're just walking down the road, having a good time. People dress up as Santa and elves and decorate their rucks with lights and ornaments.
I know. I saw some of the pictures of it last year. I was like, man, that looked like so much fun.
Yeah, it's a good time, and I would like to get 500 people out there this year.
I'll tell you what,
that would be phenomenal for us.
What week do y'all do that?
That's going to be December 11th of this
December
year.
11th.
Yeah.
Let's go on and put it on our calendars to get you in here that Monday leading up to it. And we will make sure we promote that. All right, look, we're going to take our top of the hour break here. You're listening to the Clay Edwards Show. I'm joined by Pete Griffin with Fifth Squad. We're talking about their big event this Saturday night at Mississippi Braves Stadium. We'll be right back after the break.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.